Hey everyone, I wanted to make a video because I just came back from a screening of the Joker film. This movie to me was maybe, possibly one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. The way that it paced itself, the way that it presented itself and had a reimagining of a character that I love dearly was amazing and epic and beautiful. I have very little words to say. If this was to be a soundbite, go watch it. It's disturbing, it's fun, it's amazing. I want to talk about what makes it so amazing. So first, look at the cons out of the way, okay? Talk about the things that are bad about the film that someone could criticize to actually not, to bring it down a peg. Firstly being, it has a slow start. It really does take time to show who Arthur is, to show who the Joker is, to build that up. On the flip side of that, the build-up is really worth it. The build-up is jarring and scary in some ways. This isn't meant to be a horror movie, but I found people around me, including my girlfriend, jumping more times than in a movie like, let's say, Us. It was scary.
And horrifying.
The build-up was truly worth it. Now, another con to it was from the perspective of a bad guy, and one of the characters in this film calls Arthur out on it. He's playing victim a lot. Everyone is bad. Everyone hates him, blah, 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 blah. You know, it's something that when nothing is going right for you, you tend to do that yourselves. The reality of this movie is it was a mirror. It was a mirror of what society could be. It's a mirror of what society sometimes is when it rears its ugly face around the corner. Let's get the controversy truly out of the way. This movie will not inspire mass shooters. This movie will not inspire people to go and take the lives of innocents for no reason other than notoriety. This isn't that film. That's what people want you to believe. That's what interviewers want you to believe. Joaquin Phoenix even walked out on an interview and he got asked this question. Because how could you ask a man who is putting his blood, sweat, and tears into his art that question? Because that's not his intention. It's not to inspire mass shooters. And Joker has never done that. If you look into what Joker's comic book is, there's multiple occasions of him breaking the fourth wall and realizing that it's a comic book. That if it wasn't for him, Batman would have nothing. And the stories always revolve around Batman. Even in ones to where they depict Joker as being a good guy, like in the Batman White Knight series, Joker is still a bad guy in the end. We know this. Joker's a bad guy, okay? Clear and simple. Batman is what is the focal point for all those movies and all those stories. This, however, takes the focal point of Joker, which is amazing, is wonderful, and in my regards, the best way it could have been done. I am sorry, Heath Ledger, your acting performance was amazing, and it was crucial to the Batman of Christian Bale. Nothing will ever compare to that unless you put Joaquin Phoenix in that same role, because he would do it better. I loved his performance. Now I want to get more into the pros because I'm already in the pro section. It's just, this movie was so good. I can't talk about the cons without mentioning the pros because there's just so many great things about this film. This film is not a comic book movie, okay? I want to get that out of the way. This is one of the greatest films, cinema pieces I have personally seen because how disturbing, jarring, action-filled, and how good of a story it tells. And that refreshing view it has on villains is something we don't get a lot. Recently, we got that with Thanos in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, to where people felt empathetic towards Thanos, and he had a quote-unquote goal. In the comic book of Thanos, he really did just try to seduce Lady Death. So they reamped him for 2019, which is, in my opinion, really awesome, really great. He had actually a purpose besides just trying to, you know, sleep with the goddess of death. The Joker has always been a man who has come from nothing but shambles and has, quote, had one bad day turn him wrong because society broke him to his core. That's what Joker is. That's what a lot of people can empathize with. However, we don't do mass shootings. We don't go and kill people because someone got our Chick-fil-A or McDonald's or Burger King order wrong. This is truly a win for DC movies and the DC universe in general. However, it's not connected. I understand that it's not like, you know, Ben Affleck or now Robert Pattinson's Batman gonna fight him, unless, you know, the money's there and money talks, honestly. But this is a win for the DC universe because people can actually look at this character now in a true to life fashion, and not, you know, how much the Marvel Cinematic Universe frankly like downplayed Tony Stark's alcoholism, or how much they downplayed the Uncle Ben in Peter Parker's life with Spider-Man. That was a true travesty to the character. Joker doesn't have any of that walking around. It's truly him. It's truly what his past is. And I understand from a comic book standpoint, the Joker doesn't have a past. He says, if I have one, I like it to be a multiple choice type thing. This is a great spin on that. In reality, this is a dark movie that really battles with mental health, something we don't see a lot of. And the characters that we do see with mental health are usually made fun of and pushed aside. This character is brought to the limelight in a movement for people, which is something we don't see often. We don't see someone with a mental illness actually being front and center as a hero, because we like to push aside our mental illness and not talk about it in reality. We like to push it down deep, dark inside and castrate it to pretend like it's not there. This movie does the exact opposite. This villain has a reason. This villain is there to actually be a chaotic force to do something that is greater than thyself. So overall, this film is breathtaking, is wonderful, is amazing. It's by far probably the best movie of 2019, and I highly recommend everyone go see it. This movie is not for the lighthearted. This movie is shocking and it is disturbing, and it will make you question things about society and maybe even who you are. For me, it threw me for a loop because at the whole time, I was smiling at some points and I was rooting for Arthur when I know that wasn't the right thing. When I know Arthur was the bad guy and not truly this hero that this movie depicted him sometimes of being. I personally will probably be seeing this movie again, and I really think that everyone watching this video, or if you send this to someone or talk about it with these bullet points, please encourage them to go see it. This is a reflection into our society of what it could be. It's not that yet, and I'm truly hoping it never will be that. But this movie is the greatest movie to hold a mirror onto ourselves and think about what we would do in a situation like that. So it's obvious to say for me, this movie is a 10 out of 10. It is a masterpiece. It is perfect. And I hope I can go see it again. Thank you guys for watching this video. I know it's a little short, a little weird compared to what I normally do. I've only ever done like one other movie type video. It's a lot of fun to go watch that movie with friends and to take notes and to compare notes with my friends. A friend of mine helped me. His name's Kai. He's wonderful. If he's watching this, thank you, Kai. You've helped me a lot during this film. You gave me a lot of good bullet points to use, and I really agree with you. A lot of my girlfriend and my best friend went with me to go watch this movie. It was a great experience, and I truly hope everyone watching this can go experience that film, whether that's with friends or by yourself, because it is an experience. This isn't a film. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.